I'm going to introduce you. Hello. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining Chat with Cat. Right? My tongue's all twisted. I got my girl, Lady Q, with me tonight. Thank you so much for joining me, Lady Q.
Thank you
We
for
go
having me.
way back. I'm so glad, girl. That's my boo right there. That's my boo, y'all. Thank you so much for joining. Please share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I will post that or a little bit later or at the latest tomorrow. I am so grateful and thankful to have this evening with everyone. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for sharing. I'm going to thank you in advance because I know you're going to share it. So I'm going to go ahead and thank you in advance for sharing. This is the first premiere of Chat with Cat, and I'm so very excited and honored to have my highly esteemed Marquita Lady Q Redd-Hickson with me on tonight. Boss Lady, CEO of Refresh and Renew Studio. So what you
Yes.
been up to, my lady?
Oh,
Hey.
hello world, hello world, hello world. That was
Right.
an
Look, we
awesome.
gonna treat it like that.
Yes. Shout out
Yeah.
to you for the amazing introduction. I appreciate that
Thank
so much.
you.
So as my girl, we go back like a throwback. My name is Marquita Lady Q Redd-Hickson, and most people call me either Q. I have a lot of aliases. If you want to find out,
Yes,
go on
you
the
do.
today. And they all have little reasons why, but I won't jump ahead of that. So basically, what I do is I'm in the wellness business. You asked me, what am I doing? Oh my God, what is, I
What
mean,
are you not doing?
I guess I have to start in baby steps, right? So as I mentioned before,
Right.
business, I'm the owner, as she said, and CEO of LQ Wellness, which encompasses Refresh and Renew Wellness Studio. We're a chain of studios. We have two locations, one here in Baltimore, and then we also have a location in Brandywine. So basically, we specialize in all things wellness. We massage therapy, skincare, holistic wellness, all different types of things. We love to have spa parties. That's like one of our claims to fame because we're all about fun. Wellness is fun. Wellness is something that we all need to really take seriously and make it a part of our daily routine because you only get one body. I don't care who you go to, all the Dr. Miami's and Dr. Nip Tucks, shout out to him, all the different wonderful people in the cosmetic world. It doesn't matter. You still have one body. So we need to
One
be
body.
very grateful of that body that we have and thank God for it and do what we can to maintain it. It's an investment,
Yeah.
So that's what I do. I'm also, well, before all of that, I'm a mom. I'm a mom of three. Oldest is 21. My middle is 13 and my youngest is 11. So before all of those things, mother, mom, mama la is what Deja calls me.
Right.
That's my claim to fame. That's first and foremost. Thank God for them. And then wellness. I'm also a model. So I'm a curvy model. You see the little
Mm-hmm.
curvy model. And so I'm representing for that. And it's a whole lot of other things, but we'll stop there because I could be. Yeah, wait a minute. How could I forget? I came back into media.
Right. Right.
I
You got something coming up.
actually forgot that,
Yeah.
right? Because I'm so excited about that. So I'm also a host, and we'll get into all those different things. So that's just a
Mm-hmm.
small piece of the resume that I have.
Right, man, that is dynamite. Look, you guys, you need to check out Lady Q at Refresh and Renew Wellness Studio. This is my girl, my friend, my girlfriend. She did our massages on Kay's birthday. We went to her and it was superb. So if you want a spectacular, awesome, wonderful massage and an environment that is like it's like but it's the wool. It gives you that quan, that you get all of that. You want all of that? Go to Lady Q. Now we go way back, right?
Yes,
We go
yes.
way back. We are veteran sisters. We were in the Air Force together, and let me tell you how good God is, right?
All the
We're
time.
both from Baltimore. We're both from Baltimore. Did not
Yes.
know each other until we got to Germany. That's where we
Yes.
met. We met in Germany and hit it off. Like be more, can know can, right? So it
Absolutely.
was awesome. Right. It was awesome. Her daughter, your oldest daughter, Deja. Is
Yes.
Deja your oldest?
Yes.
Deja's
Yep.
your oldest, and Marquise was born there, and they kind of grew up. They don't even remember each other now, but they grew up hand in hand. We would, when we would go out or whatever, we take turn watching each other's kids.
Yes.
It was great. That's where we met. So that's how I know my boo, and we click like that, right? We click like that.
Yes.
I'm honored to have you here on today and just to hear all of the wonderful things that you're doing. That's what this show is all about. Chat with Kat is just sounding the bullhorn for the great creativity, right? Because sometimes we gotta reinvent ourselves over and over
Yes.
again, right? And if that's
Yes.
the case, we can't be afraid to do that. Would you agree?
What?
We
I echo. All of that.
right.
Okay. It's funny that you say that. Before I touch on it, if I can kind of go back and piggyback on some things that you mentioned about our wonderful history together. I have to say, first of all, thank you for having me on your show. It is definitely an honor to be here, especially on the kickoff of your show. So I am so like many thanks to you, mucho gracias, all of that. You know what I'm saying? I have the merci
I
beaucoup, all those
do.
different things. So it was definitely a blessing meeting you and your family, because our families click, you know, and with our kids growing up together, people have to understand when you're away from the United States, you have so many
Right.
different luxuries that you don't necessarily get overseas. So for us to run into each other, and then the other piece of that is that I grew up in Park Heights. I'm from South Baltimore, but then I grew up out Park Heights. So we're actually from the same area as well. But Baltimore
Right.
is so small, but yet there's so many layers to it that it was definitely a blessing for us to run into each other, and it was like I knew it forever. I mean, y'all know,
Right. It
Kat,
was
come on, that's beautiful. The specimen inside and out, like how you see her is how she's always
like,
been, and we've been friends. What shoot?
wow.
Close to
Yes.
20 years, if not more
Yes.
at this point, honestly. So I'm showing my age, but you know what? I'm proud of that because we look good
It's all good.
Papa Tyler. So I
Right.
have to say, I had to say that, it's definitely been a blessing because I'm gonna tell you there were a lot of days over there working, because we knew what was going on in the world. We were over there when September 11th hit, and we both were in jobs that required so much of our time as young moms. We were young moms. I mean, like she said, they were babies. They didn't really care because the Air Force say the Air Force needs come first. So we really
Right.
needed each other to get us through it. So at this point, I can't even say that's my friend. I have to say that's my family because saying just a friend
Wow.
to me that wouldn't give you, that wouldn't truly show the appreciation and the love that I have for you. So once again, I thank God for you and your family. Now, what you said about us celebrating ourselves, I do feel like as Black women, as women in general, I don't want to make it necessarily a colored thing. Because we both deal with very diverse. We have a diverse group of friends and associates and things of that nature. As women, we don't toot our horn enough, and it's just like we do so much. We all have capes. I have a big cape, okay? You have a
Right.
big cape, and you throw that thing like I throw this hair, girl. So we don't do it enough, and I don't know why. So it's for you to have a show to encompass that and champion those wins, those W's, right? I appreciate
Right.
that because we do need to do it more and not be ashamed of that. I'm just now learning to do that, and I've been an entrepreneur now for 5 years since retiring from the Air Force. So we definitely need to do that more often, sis. We do.
Definitely. And some things did not go as expected today as they traditionally do when you're trying to do something and move forward, right? I'm like, I just had to get out of my head about it. I'm like, you know what? Because if I was too afraid to not do this, It
Mm-hmm.
would take me a whole nother year to get my
Mm.
courage up, to get myself up again, to go out and just, you know what, especially at this time, this time is just so firm, and you just got, hey, take advantage of it. That's all, we were talking about that yesterday. It's like the time is now. You really got to jump in and take advantage of the momentum. We're in a place and space that is really beautiful. It's a
It
lot
is.
of it's a lot
It
of
is.
but it's really beautiful too. There's something eloquent about it, and you gotta jump in it. If you get it, just get it. Just get it.
It's true. I don't know how much into hip hop you are still, but there's a rapper by the name of Talib Kweli, and one of his songs
Mm-hmm.
was called "The Beautiful Struggle," and one of my favorite songs by him.
Yes.
And it basically, in so many words, talks about that. You know, I never understood it because when you think about it, well, how is the struggle beautiful? But it is because once you get where you're going and you start accumulating those wins, you start getting to the top, whatever your top is, because that means different
Right.
things to different people. It's not all necessarily monetary, it could be other things. Once you get to that, then you look back and you're like, okay, I appreciate it so much more because I had to go through that struggle so I can appreciate and understand and grasp where I gotta go, and also be a blessing to others because you never know your struggle, the story that you have and tell, could definitely help others and bless them and encourage them. And that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. And that's a great big part of wellness as well. And we both look, and we both are taking a bite out of that wellness job. I have Emerge Wellness, and we've just what we've like grown in that passion, in that way. And it's a part of, I want to say it's a part of that servitude that's in you,
I
as
swear I was
being
going to say that.
a military member, as being a person who served their country. And it's something that's in you that makes you even want to do that, right? Whether
Yes,
your motivation, um it does have something to do with that servitude
yes,
aspect, that compassion, and want to help, and fill a need where there might be some void or something like that. Go ahead and expand on
yes.
that. Uh-huh.
I couldn't agree with you more. And you took the words directly out of my mouth. You know, as they say, great minds think alike. It comes with the service because I mean honestly, my whole entire life has been about being a servant. And once you start learning yourself and knowing yourself and being true to yourself, who you are is always going to gravitate to where you're supposed to go. No matter how much you run from it, you're going to come back to it. It just is what it is. In terms of wellness, there are so many layers to wellness. You have your mental wellness, you have your physical wellness, you have your emotional wellness. I could go on and on. It's like 7 or 8 different layers. So it's like we have to start training ourselves to nurture all aspects of wellness. If your financial wellness is off, you're not going to be happy because unfortunately that's the world that we live in. You have to eat, so you need money for that. If your physical wellness is off track, I mean, we already know if your body not right, how you want to do whatever. If your mentals are not right, how you going to do whatever. If your spiritual wellness is off, how
Exactly.
are you going to get where you need to go? You can't be a servant to yourself and others if you're not intact. And I feel like that's the biggest takeaway that I want people to get from you and I, because we are in the same realm, of giving to others and making others feel better and those different things. So definitely. I
Absolutely.
apologize for that. Can I please turn this off? I thought I cut him off.
No worries. No worries. Look, I'm hoping. Look, you're making me think about mine now, and I don't think it's gonna rain. Look, and a big shout out to everybody that is tuned in. Thank you so very much, my family and friends, new family, new friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate you. Share.
Yes,
Um,
please share.
lots of good stuff is coming out of it. Look, I'm going to my questions now. I'm going to my
No
questions
problem.
because I wanted to. There are some things, and you touched on a whole lot of things. There are several layers to wellness, and as women, we need to do a better. We have to do a better job. Look, let me tell you, this right here came by way of accepting me. There's so much that I could say about when I cut my hair, when I
Hmm.
got my hair, when I stopped doing so many of the other things for me that I
Yes.
needed to change for me. Now everybody isn't the same, but it just helps to encompass and understand and grow closer to the love of who you are, right? To the love
Yes.
of who you are. So okay, I'm gonna skip over some things that I had to ask. Now, when did you get really, really serious about what you wanted to do? Like, when was it like, you know what, this is it? Because there's a thinking period. There's like an incubation period that you go through. It's like simmering and you writing it down or you just thinking about it. When did you really get to the place where you were like, all right, boom, let's do it?
It's crazy that you asked me that. I would say I'm a Capricorn. Most Capricorns are hard workers by nature. And if we have something in the forefront of our mind, it's like, I'm gonna do it. That's what it is. And for me, coming into wellness was always something that was there.
Hmm.
I have to give a shout out to Mama, aka Nana Bell Redd. That's the beautiful woman that raised me as her own from 3 months old. She ascended and became my angel back in August. So I have to say that it begins with her because even though she's my grandmother, my paternal grandmother, she's my mother. She just didn't birth me. You understand what I'm saying? Because again, just calling her grandma just would not give her enough clout to me over the
Right.
things that she did. That's my mom. And that's no
All
disrespect to my
right.
biological mom because she knows that we have a wonderful relationship. I don't want anybody to misunderstand. So I have to say that it goes back to where I'm rooted with her. Because, I would just see how hard she went for everybody. But she still would sacrifice so much for everybody. And that's what kept her going.
Yeah.
I would massage her, because she older, her feet hurt, or she's West Indian, but she's from down south, right? So they say my feet, right? My feet hurt, right? So I would just, I'm keeping it real. Everybody out there, viewers, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Come on, come with it.
So I would massage her, and or if she's greasing my scalp, I'm greasing hers. I would just massage her scalp. So it was all those different elements that pretty much kind of let me into it. And then when I was about 13 years old, I was like, I want to own my own spa. I just
Really?
did. Yeah, at 13, at 12, I said I'm going into the military. But I actually, most people don't know this. So who's ever watching, pay attention to what we're saying, because at the end of the show, Kat doesn't even know. I'm going to offer something special that if you're paying
Okay.
attention, I might hook you up. You might get a
All
complimentary
right.
massage.
Listen up, y'all. Listen up.
You know what I'm saying? So pay attention. So something that most people don't know about me is that initially I was going to go into the Marines, right? I was a hardcore tomboy. I mean, I played football. It's my favorite sport. Um, and, I played all kinds of sports and stuff like in school. I was never like this. I never would have imagined me dressing like this when I was younger. So it was just like, okay, 12, I'm going into the military. I've even heard of an Air Force. And then I learned of this, and that's how I ended up in the Air Force. But I was going in the Marines in 13. I said, I want to have my own spot. So I knew it was a matter of doing it. It was just a matter of when. So I have to put it back then because that was always something that, if you want to say manifested, because the power of the tongue is a great thing. That's in the Bible.
Who you
People have
talking
to know and give respect to that tongue because you have to be careful what you put out into the universe. You have to be careful what you say.
Yeah.
And so I take it back to that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh wow. So when you were 13, look, and we never shared this story with one another, but Look, since we're on here, and this is our time. So
Yes,
we're going we're going to
that's
take our
good.
time. We're going to take our time. And
Yes.
thank you everybody for listening and watching. So Ev says she's all ears. Rest is listening. All right, yeah, y'all. So
Hey,
wait,
boo.
watch to the end because there's going to be an offering. There's going to be an offering. So we never shared this story with each other before. We
I
was too
had
busy.
so many layers. I do.
We was too busy partying, and we was too.
Woo, partying and working
Look,
and partying.
yeah, the military life is no joke, especially overseas.
Yes.
It's no joke. It's no
Yes.
joke. No joke. But now when I made up my mind to join the military, and when I went to the recruiting office, I didn't know anything about the Air Force either. I went to the Army recruit. I went to the Army door because that's what I was familiar with. I was familiar with the Army. So I went and I knocked on the door. Nobody came to the door. It was only because nobody answered that door. I'm like,
Right.
thank you, Jesus.
Right. Shout out to our Army and our Marine friends. No disrespect, but
no disrespect at all. But I'm so glad nobody answered that door. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to the next door. And the Air Force door was right beside the Army door. I was like, okay. And the door was open, and this girl went on in, and that's how that started for me. So it's crazy and quirky how Air Force wasn't your first choice as well,
Nope.
and look where we still wound up, and it was just already, the path was already set. The path was already set, and we didn't even know it. So how divine is that? How wonderful and divine.
Very divine.
Yeah, yes. How wonderful and divine that is. And we never shared that, you guys. We never shared that with each other. So I'm really geeking out over that. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is a mess. Now, and I wanted to ask also, well, you said you got serious and you kind of made it up in your mind at the age of 13.
At the age of 13. That was something I knew I always wanted to do. But, like you mentioned, when you come into the military, and in particular the Air Force at that particular time, and the type of person that I am, I work, I bled blue. You could go like this, and Air Force blue was coming out. That's where I was at. So once I came close to retiring, I said, okay, it's about that time for me to start buckling down and see how am I going to approach this goal and owning my own spa. So the entrepreneurial thing was already, really, it was embedded in me from 8, because I had my own store at 8 years old. We'll talk about all that. So yeah, and that's mama. I'm telling you, we could go back about that, but so once I was getting ready to retire, I said, okay, well, I know I want to relocate because I retired in California at Beale Air Force Base. And I said, okay, well, now that I decided to come back home because mama was getting older, the dementia was starting to set in, and I wanted to spend more time with her since my Air Force career was ending. And I said, okay, well, what steps am I going to take to get this? I'm a person that believes in, I need to know the business. I need to know what I'm doing. So I'm going to go to school. I'm going to learn skincare. I'm going to go to school and I'm going to learn massage therapy. But at the same time, I want to work at a spa so I can get the ins and outs of the business as I'm learning. See, that's how my thing. What I mean?
Vital. That's vital.
Yeah.
You're gonna help somebody there. That is vital. So I hear you saying, plan it out. Now we took some different tracks.
We did.
Tracks, but you know what? That is so vital. I'm learning now that is, and if people, you might know that I need to plan. I need to sit down and think it out. And you may know that, but you might feel like, well, this is what I'm going to do, or this opportunity is this, blah. It's so important to plan it out, put yourself in position, because you went and worked at a skincare place, and that offered you the opportunity to learn skill, right? To learn skill and technique, and it brings
and to learn how. Right, and how it actually worked, because since I wasn't licensed, I couldn't do any services. But I worked as an admin person, so I was behind the scenes and seeing how the operations went. and, helped out the managers. I was assistant. And I actually took a pay cut because to me, learning the fundamentals meant more to me, especially as I was in the process of developing and getting my licensure so I could practice both things. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to see what didn't work. I wanted to see what worked. Okay, what can I utilize? What processes can I make better? What services are people gravitating more, so you're
Right.
not jumping out there and offering all these services
That
that
nobody
could
wants.
potentially make right. That's a waste of time and money. So
That's awesome. That's some great stuff right there. I hope that you guys are, look, if you're not writing it down, that you're taking it all in to plan, look, to plan, and put yourself in position. That's very vital, because it helps, and it helps to, helps you to walk into what it is that you really want to do. It helps to put that, that perspective inside of you so that you can still speak it and it can still be true. Even
yeah,
when things don't, like you said, you had to take a pay cut, and it's like what is it? I'm looking for the word, but the passion was driving you more than the money, because it's not all about money, as you said earlier. It's
no,
not all about
no,
money all the time. It's about being happy and doing what's fulfilling and all of those things right there. Exactly. Put yourself in position, and then and it grows and it grows. As when you put yourself in different places and you're with other people, you make connections. You
you
never
do.
know. You make connections, and not that you're using people or anything like that, but you want to be in the right place at the right time,
Listen, as a
soaking up
business
all you can
person,
get. Hmm.
networking is key. You have to network. I don't care what anybody say. Network, as they say, your network is your net worth. And that's the truest
Yeah,
thing. Because you touched on one of the key components. Like most everyone that I've met in this field, I am still friends with to this day. And it's like a sponge. We got this thing in massage that we'll call it a feel and still. So I may massage somebody and they'll be like, oh, cute, I like that. And then they might massage me and I'll be like, wait a minute, I know that move. And they're like, yeah, I took it. And I'm like, all right, that's cool, that's cool. And I didn't mean to
hey,
cut you off, but I got so
no,
excited because you really touched on a key thing. People feel that when you start meeting people, that if you call on them, that is using. No, not in business. That's what you're supposed to do. If I know that you deal with certain aspects of wellness that I'm not in touch with, why would I not reach out to you? Especially as my sister, why would I not reach out to you? So we're giving people what they need.
exactly, exactly. And we want to always be, you just want to always be in the vein of being, uplifting and encouraging in some manner, whether you're showing it with your words or whether you're showing it with your mannerisms. And when you're working in the passion, like in a passion way, and not being overtaken, but being steered,
Yes,
just coasting along, then that's the emulation of, that's what's inside of you. So it's just awesome. It's an awesome thing. I see, look, a couple of comments. Mark Jeff said, the more you know, the better you can grow and drive your business. Yes, and
yes,
we need all of those things. Rissa said, no competition is necessary. It's not. We can all look. I was speaking to someone today. I'm like, and that's another aspect that I would like to shine a light on too. Is like, there's enough for everybody. You don't have to
whew.
take and
Say it
steal
again
and
for the
and
people
all
in
of
the
that.
back.
There is enough. There's enough for everybody to sell shoes, for everybody to sell t-shirts, for everybody jewelry. There is enough. There's enough to go around for everybody. So
It is.
whatever. I know, I was thinking, I've had that misgiving within myself. Well, too many people are doing this, and just talking myself out of things. That's why I had to do this today. Talking myself out of some things. Robbing myself of what I
Yes,
need. And it's not exactly always monetary, but robbing myself of fulfilling some things that I want
yes,
to do,
yes.
and a chance. That's what we do. That's what we do when we do that. We back pedal and backstep. Yes, there is enough from everyone. And you wanted to go ahead and say something about that.
Yes, and that's the thing. Like once again, if you I feel like, you sure you wasn't somewhere around hearing me talk about all this
I
stuff?
was a fly on the wall somewhere.
This is very familiar to me. I'm just because I just had this conversation with someone. When you come into business, it's a difference between saturation and putting your spin on it, right? Putting your shtick on it.
Right.
And although, for example, the shows, we could even just talk about that, or I can go back to the wellness. It's so many different wellness studios and wellness spas and wellness boutiques and so many different things, but every niche is different. That's the thing. People have to understand what blessings are for you. No one can take that. They're coming to you. So if you can't help your brother and your sister, then what's the point? Like, it's only so many people. We can't take care of everybody. There are millions and millions of millions and millions of people around. So I never understood that concept. And I feel like the type of people that you and I are, we're passionate about what we do. When you love what you do, it doesn't feel like a job. That's the truest thing anybody's ever said. And with that being said, the passion of you wanting to share those things, to share the information with people, it just comes natural. And what I've noticed is that, and I mean, this to go into other things that I know we don't even have nearly the time to talk about today, but some people would take that the wrong way. And I never understood that, because it's like, if I'm trying to help you, why take it the wrong way? You know what I mean? There's nothing malicious behind me dropping a dime and giving you some jewels, because listen, I've made so many mistakes, costly mistakes, that if I had anyone to just reach back and say Q or Simone or whatever they want to call me, Red, whatever they want to call me that day, that I could say thank you because you saved me thousands of dollars, or you saved me time. Because honestly, time is something you can never get back. You can always
Can't
get
get
your
it back.
money back. You can't get back time. That's invaluable. So I just feel like people need to understand it, especially in Baltimore, where we're from. I love Charm City. I love Baltimore. I could have went anywhere I wanted to, but I wanted to come home because I felt as though that was my calling, that God said you need to go home and be with your people. People need to see people like me doing big things. They need to see people like you doing big things and doing positive things and sharing love, because I feel like love is what we want that's contagious to others. Because as you keep serving others, people are going to want to serve other people. And that's what we need, especially now, because our city is hurting. Our city is hurting, okay? So any little part that I can do to put a smile on somebody's face, anything that I can do, then I've done what God said I need to do. And we can't stop there. And everybody listening, please reach out, share love. Share love is through knowledge. Share love is through power. Sharing love is through all those different things, monetary too, or prayers. People need that too. You know what I'm saying? Or just speaking to one another. Just speak. Like, just say hi. A hello goes so far. A smile. Look, I bet you all you beautiful people out there have wonderful smiles. Smile at somebody. Let me calm down, because you know I can go.
Look, that's a fact. Go ahead, girl. Because you hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head, because that's what I was led back here. And somebody would probably be like, well, why in the world did you come back? That's where I was. Look, we were led back here, and as a family, we came back. We came back home, and there was so much to do. And I feel like now we're coming into what we're supposed to do. So thank you, oh Lord God. So, and we've been through so much, just like everybody. We've all been through so much, and it's not for nothing. And just like, look, and that's my mom. Just like my mom always said, God uses everything. He uses every scenario, every circumstance that we may have been wronged or felt like whatever we didn't necessarily end up on top that time, but thank you, he uses everything. So I don't take for granted or forsake anything that I have gone through or have
Yes.
been through, even of working situations like you were talking about. You know how people take advantage. They take advantage of a person like me, a person like you. You know, the givers, the people who are out there who are trying to do. It doesn't have anything to do with money. This is who I am. I don't
Yes.
know how else to be. You know, that's something, that's a trait and a quality that's taken advantage of. And for me, it's happened too many times. So I'm not sowing my time or my passions into nobody else anything, because
Right.
I won't be taken advantage of anymore. And I know that's not what he's placed me here for, you know, and I know you can relate to that. I know you've been in some situations. So tell us some of the rises and the falls on your way, and not that you're there where you're supposed, you know, where you want to be now, but what are some things that have, you know, happened along the way where you were like, oh my gosh, and not to, you know, get all in your business and all that,
No,
anything that
it's
you can
not about
share,
that.
anything you can share that, you know, will give
Sure.
somebody else, well, you know what, I was about to do that same thing, you know, don't even, you know, what can you share with us as far as that, like either in the rise or the calm down, or, you know, the snap you into a different, you know, perspective? How can you share,
Sure.
and what can you share with us?
Sure. What I would say, and that's an awesome question. So what I would say is I'm gonna start from now, and I'm gonna go backwards a little bit if that's okay. All right. So what really lit the fire is because, again, if 2020, and I hope everybody is listening out there, and thank you guys for the comments, and I see you all these smiley faces and cheesy. I knew y'all had some beautiful smiles out there. But what I would say is, if 2020 has not opened people's eyes and said, look, wake up, stop
Mhm.
thinking that tomorrow is promised. I mean, we're in the time of day that you don't even know if the minute is promised. So I say all that to say, if God has placed something on your heart and you have this vision and you can't get rid of that vision, that dream, right? And then the dreaming starts. Then you put the plan with that dream and make it a reality. That's the biggest thing that I can say, because I took so many losses. 2020 was like the top of all the losses that I've taken, and I'm sure that I echo a lot of that from other entrepreneurs. But I mean, I'm not even just speaking on an entrepreneurial level. I'm talking personally, because what I try not to do is I try not to allow my personal issues affect what I do every day. I feel like as a mom, I try my best to show my children, because they're young entrepreneurs as well, that even though, hey, life want to throw you lemons, let's make some lemonade, and let's make some lemon pie, and let's top it off with some lemon loaf cake, okay, and with some
Right,
lemon
you
ice,
know,
because that's what
we're
we're
going to
going
do
to do.
everything we can do.
Exactly, because I battle depression a lot, and that's something a lot of people don't know, and I don't mind sharing that, because again, you got to speak the truth. My story today may bless somebody tomorrow, I don't know, but what I had to realize, 2020. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the mythical bird. I like mythological stuff. I can't even talk. Y'all can forgive me. Y'all know where I'm going at with that, right? Um, the phoenix. It's a Greek
Mhm,
mythological bird that
mhm,
continues to rebirth, right? And my phoenix point actually started in 2020, because I lost so much and I didn't know how I was coming out of it. I knew God was going to get me there, so I never gave up on that, because I knew that. But I said,
mhm,
okay, Lord, what are you trying to show me? Because clearly my rebirth is coming. And what I learned out of all those losses, personal, business, is that you can't stay down. You got to get back up. And with whatever it is on your heart, you can't allow anybody to suppress your shine. Don't do it. And I would tell you, as women, a lot of the times we allow things to suppress our shine. No,
mhm.
baby. Like when you
Right.
shake up a bottle, you open that bottle, it just erupts out. That was when my Phoenix point happened to me. That was just last year. And I have not stopped ever since. I said, you know what? When I went back to work, because 2020, lovely COVID, right? Not so lovely
Right.
COVID, I should say. made me go back to work. And that was a decision that I had to make because it's about surviving and living. You got to still take care of your business. You got to take care of your family. So once that happened, I said, you know what? It's time for me to go back into media. It's time for me to open up another location because I'm going to do that. I'm going to start doing all these different things that I had on my list, but because I was allowing others, and again, I was also allowing myself, right, to suppress my shine, and I couldn't do it anymore. So, baby, when the rebirth hit me, that was it. It was no holds barred. I got a skincare line dropping. You already know the new show is dropping. I have some other things going on we're going to talk about before this ends. So I tell people that. The other thing that I will say real quick is that do not be afraid to take a loss. When you're an entrepreneur, you get afraid of that. You know, you come into this thinking you have this bomb ideal, this awesome product, and everybody's going to love it. Everybody's going to love your service. The reality is everybody's not. Right. Everybody is not. So you need to, you pray, and all you can do is give people the best that you can do. You understand what I'm saying? That's all you can do is your best. People are going they're going to accept it however they accept it. But as long as you know that you gave them the best, that's all you can do. You can sleep comfortable at night. Don't be afraid of that. When I had a client, what I used to do, and I'm probably speaking to a lot of people up there, and I'm sorry to stay here so long, but I just have to cover it. What I would do is I might have you know how my customer service is. That's just who I am. So I pride myself on giving A1 Perico customer service. You come here, you're a VIP because you didn't have to spend your money with me. You didn't have to spend the money at my establishment or anybody that works here at Refresh and Renew because we're a team. You didn't have to do that. But because you did, I got to give you the best. And sometimes, no matter how above and beyond it you go, it's just not going to be enough for people. And it used to stress me out. I would get headaches. I would not sleep, thinking, well, what did I did that didn't allow this person to have A1 customer service or felt like they were slighted? What did I do? And then the light bulb went off. It's not what you did. No matter what you did, they just weren't going to be happy. Some people just won't give you that for whatever reason. They just won't. Right. So that's what I say out there.
That's bomb. Yeah, that's bomb right there, and that is key. That's key to really understand what you're doing, to really understand, hone in on what you're doing. It's not gonna be for everybody. It's not gonna please everybody. Everybody is not, so not to like subvert it where you don't reach for the highest and the highest that, but still have the reality, the reality-based knowledge that if somebody says, oh, I didn't like it, or this, that, or whatever about it, it needs to be okay. Yes. Okay, and maybe what can I do, or what would you suggest? And then you know what, maybe not, because just like you said, everybody is not. Some people are just looking for something totally different, something totally that you didn't even have in the first place. So some people are just set to be, in opposition. It happens. It does happen. I know, working in the service industry, man, when I was working in I was like a shift manager at Royal Farms. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, when I was in school getting my master's, but you know what? From time to time, I miss that job. I just love people. So
yes,
I just love people. So I miss part of it, but those people got on my nerves severely. Severely. But there are times that I'm like, man, I wonder what they doing over there, or I wonder how it would be if I worked over there, or I really miss seeing Mr. Whatever, when you're working with people constantly and over again. It's just something about that. So, but if I let those bad interactions or those circumstances that that happened to me, somebody don't like, I don't know, something that I can't even control. If I let that affect me in such a way, and it could have, then I would slowly but surely, become this even meeker person that I am, this meek
Seriously.
and person, that it's like you can't even be you. You can't even do you and be the love that you want, and that you've been striving to be. So y'all let go. Look, let it go. Let whoever want to be the naysayer and the person who wants to say all the bad news, let them go. They don't like it. Okay, fine.
Right.
It's okay.
Right.
I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna be all right. So that's what I get from what you said. Be all right. Be okay, because everybody is not gonna. Yeah.
You have to, and if I can say this to all those that are listening and watching this, thanks again for tuning in. The other part of that is that you have to know the type of person that you are. You have to do, as we used to say in the military, a checkup from the neck up, right? Meaning, if you're a controlling person, and when I say that, some people try to put a negative connotation to it. Controlling isn't always a negative thing. It could be in a sense of just trying to control a situation, right? If you know that that's the type of person that you are, you have to start evaluating the whys behind that. And I'll give you a perfect example to go back to when I said me trying to bend over backwards to make each person happy. That was me trying to control the situation because I'm not used to not fixing a situation. A lot of us are fixers. I know I'm talking to a lot of people, especially my women. A lot of us are fixers, honey. And it will absolutely drive you crazy. Okay? It will drive you crazy. So you have to know the type of person you are so you can start doing self-improvement on yourself, whether it's meditation or whatever it is that you need to get you there so it can break you from that habit of trying to control these situations and make people happy.
Absolutely. So that is like, I hope y'all are taking this, and I pray that everybody is just receiving right now. It's just receiving. I know that you have a lot of things that you can say as well. Put it up in the comments. We appreciate all of your comments, all of your point of views, all of your perspectives. They're all gems, right? And do what works for you. It's all about living and living well, being happy, right? Being happy and being comfortable in you. So, Keita, are you happy? Are you happy right now? Are you
happy? What? Can you see all this energy? And I'm telling you, I know I'm a lot for everybody. And I want to thank you, Miss Cynthia. I see your comment. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I am superbly happy because once again, baby, that 2020, woo! When that speech came out of me, I ain't never looked back. And I had to realize, wow, I even lost weight because I was not happy. I never had an issue with self-esteem, nothing like that. But it was like I gained all this weight because I was not happy. And even though I might not convey that to you or other people, you can fool other people, right? But you can't fool your body because your body is going to tell everything about you. Everything. It's like aesthetics, or when I'm doing massage, I can tell what's going on with you before you even say it. So when I ask my clients, hey, have you been drinking water? They'll hold their head down and say no. I'm like, I know, because I can see it. Your body will never lie. And I'm telling you, I was losing my hair. I was gaining so much weight. And Pat, I'm a real happy-go-lucky person. I mean, I was born December 31st, y'all. I turned up. I turned up in my sleep, okay? And on a Friday night at that. So that's another
thing. On a Friday night.
So I'm just a turned up person by nature because life is great. God is great. We're here. I'm talking to you. I'm seeing you. I'm seeing all of your wonderful listeners and all of those different things. So it's like I'm happy. You know what I mean? But I was not happy. That smile didn't last. But once I went through what I went through, and it was hurt, baby, let me tell you, change can hurt, but it was needed. And I appreciate God so much for that. Oh my God. That's what made me come back into modeling. Seriously. And I give them young girls a run for the money. They be like, Auntie, I see you. Yeah, I be there. The auntie's working today. You got to know that. And that's one little word had a little land.
Look what she say. Look, I went back to Marlon, girl. Do you? I'm like, it's whatever I can get into. Yes, if that door opens, you know what? I'm going to go. I am going to go. I'm gonna hit up our girl. We got somebody else in common. We have a few people in common, but I'm gonna hit up my girl. She is next. She is next. She is next. But you know what? I wanted to ask. Well, you're a massage. So, are you a massage therapist, or like is that your title? What is your? Are you a massage therapist?
So I'm a licensed massage therapist as well as a licensed esthetician.
All right, okay. So, as a massage therapist, do you like getting massages? Do you like getting massages?
Is my lip color red today? What? Does a Capricorn love money? What? If I could get a massage every minute of the day, oh my God, I would just do it.
Look, I'm telling you, and if you have not had one, you need to step on into Refresh and Renew Wellness Studio, because this chica right here knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing, very knowledgeable about the body. She was rubbing my back. Cat, Trina, she calls me Trina. Trina,
Yeah,
what's going on? I feel this right here. This way, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. But see, look, now I bet there will be a change in my body sculpting, because I'm a little happier because I'm doing what I want to do. Now, if I would have delayed this a day, any months longer, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm so thankful to go ahead and do what we do, because you my girl. I'm like, that's safe. That was safe for me. That was an extra safe measure for me. The fact that you're here on today, and I thank and praise God for your jubilant spirit, for your zeal, for going after what you want out of life, and you still going. She's still going. This girl will not be stopped. So tell us what you have coming up, because you have a talk show, a radio show that's coming out soon.
I do. It actually drops on March the 6th on RIP Radio Network. And I'm excited because the timing will be from 12 to 1 o'clock. And it's actually called We Good Over Here, because we have to highlight all those wins. We have to highlight all the positivity. Every day get reminded of something negative. So I felt as though it was my duty that I had to bring something different for the culture, bring something different home, bring something to make people happy. I mean, I want to tell you guys so bad what's coming up, but I can't. You just have to check me out, okay? And before I forget, let me put a plug, please. Make sure you guys follow me on Facebook. You can look at Refresh and Renew Wellness, formerly known as LQ Body and Skincare Studio. And if you're on Instagram, please follow both of our pages for both of our locations, R_R Wellness Be More and R_R Wellness Be Wine for Brandywine. So please check me out, show love, because I show love back. Please do. Plus, I need to get my followers up, y'all. Help a sister out, please. But I'm so excited. And Kat, you gotta come on my show, because we good over here. And we got the highlight.
We good over here. I like that. I like that. You just let me know when, and I am there. Just let me know. You don't even have to call about what's this or what. Let me know. Hey, girl, I got you scheduled for. I'm there. I am there. I look forward to supporting you in every, in every area that I can, any way that I can. That's what we need. So you guys just be reminded to do that same thing. Be reciprocal in, the things that you want. I mean, you want to feel good. You want to feel great. That next person does too. We want you to keep that in mind so that we can all be well. This is all about, wellness, turning what it is that what we see and what we hear, not letting it, manifest within us so much that it stops our shine, that it spoils your happy, that it makes you sour, and all of those kind of things. So that's what we're here to do. And I'm so thankful that everybody is here with us today, helping us celebrate one another. You guys are so awesome. You're wonderful. Reach for your dreams. Look, we're narrowing down to the end right now. I did have a couple of funny questions that I wanted to ask you.
I'm sorry. maybe next
No,
time we can cover it.
Look, personable to you. And I'm going to ask one. So when was the last time you laughed so hard that you cried? What was the last
Woo.
big hearty cry that you had? Can you tell us, can you remember? Can you tell us about it?
Let me tell y'all something. First of all, I'm here for all the comments. I love your listeners so much. I love y'all. Thank you so much. You know I'm
Thank
a
you,
big
Kay.
goofer. You know I'm a goofy. I was watching some cartoon. I don't know what. I'm always laughing at something. And oh, you know what? I was watching something on Instagram. Somebody had something dumb. I don't even remember what it was. But I will tell you, I probably laughed for a good 35 minutes. A good 30. I could not come together. I didn't even care. I couldn't come together. When I cried, like my eyes, I can't listen. I'll get to where I'm like, I can't breathe. Somebody help me. I just be so extra. Oh my God. I just love to laugh, Look at these cheeks.
Yes.
They be all the way up
Yes.
there. Hey,
Right. Look,
Kay.
that's me too. I love to laugh too. And laughter helps. Look, it helps our bodies. It helps to create endorphins in our bodies. So laughter
Yes.
is the best medicine. It is the cure.
Yes.
Next to love, laughter, all of those things kind of go together. Don't take me outside of what I'm trying to say. But yeah, we need laughter. So you guys, whenever you get the chance to just laugh, that deep down laugh, that just makes you cry. Look, and you just keep on and on. Go ahead, do it. Look,
Yeah.
put your head back. I don't have no hair, but
I got enough
put
for
your
both
head
of
back.
us. Bitches.
You got enough for everybody. Go ahead and put your head back and just laugh about it. Laugh about
Yes.
it, and have some fun. We want you guys to continue to be well, especially while we're in this phase of social distancing. That does not mean physical distance. We're being social right now, so you can still be social without being physically,
Yes.
touching one another and all of those things right now. So we just want to I speak life over everything that you are doing, Q. I praise God for your life, and I pray that every engagement that you're a part of be blessed, and everything you do, everything you think, everything you say, is from the true and intentions and motivations of a kind and pure heart, that you just continue to grow and go, girl. Keep going. I'm so proud of
Thank
you.
you,
I
sis.
really am.
I
I am
appreciate it.
so, so very proud of you.
Thank you.
You are so welcome. So Kay said, I am loving I'm loving my couch. But right now it's time. I think somebody picked back on it. I think it was Ed or Whitney. It is time. So you guys get your stuff going, because we don't know. Tomorrow is not promised to
Yes.
anyone. So
Yes.
you know what? I'm gonna go do this thing. So you guys go do what it is on your heart that there is to do. Thank you so very much for the comments. Oh, thank you, sis. Thank you so very much for your comments.
Thank you, sis. My couch is always open, girl.
Thank you for your presence. Look up Refresh and Renew Wellness Studio. Book your appointment.
410-335-24.
Say that again. Say it again.
410-300-3524. Make sure you hit me up.
There you go. Hit her up. Schedule your next appointment. She's very safe, very sanitary, and all of those things. So don't worry about. You don't have to worry about any of those. You don't have to worry about any of those things right there. So that's it. That's our time for today. Thank you, my sis, so much.
Thanks for having me on. It was a pleasure.
Evening with me. This has been awesome. This has been spectacular. I gotta get out of here before I start crying. Y'all know me.
Oh, don't cry, because then I'm gonna cry. Then I'm gonna laugh.
I know. Then we'll all be crying. So I gotta get out of here, and you go ahead and keep on going with your bad queen Q self. I love you, honey.
Oh, Abby had something to say real quick. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
All I would say is this, because we're running out of time. I'm going to give 2 questions to Kat. She's going to put them out there. So make sure you pay attention. And when I give these questions to Kat, she's going to give me 2 winners. One is for a 60-minute massage, and one is for a 60-minute facial. There you go.
All right. Woo! Let the freebies roll. Let the freebies roll. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. I will post those questions that she gave me. And look, hey, well wishes to you. I hope you get it. So it's going to be two of you, two winners. So praise God. Y'all have a good night. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been a blast. Look,
Thank you.
this is the start of something big. I know it and I feel it. I love you so much. Be
I love
well.
you more.
Be well. God bless.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Good
Bye bye,
night.
y'all.